This is a cube I made. Get a bit closer. Beautiful thing. It's quite robust. Pick it up, put it down. Wouldn't do that much harder than that. So the key to it is to make those square tubes. They're entirely made, well not entirely, there's one trick to do the corners, but the actual straight part of the square tube is just made from these 6 loops. Right, now the trick is the very first part. Alright, so you make that and then you fold it around. Ooh, not like that. This edge here meets this edge here, so you're putting 2 together like that, and then this edge here meets that edge there. Right, so you end up like that. Now it's not a square tube yet, but when you keep doing it, they'll pop apart into a nice square tube. So I'll do a couple more. Alright, join them together. Alright, so there's just 2 around at any given time. So you don't want to stick. There you go. So you keep adding. It's like you're adding a point. Okay, so there's the square tube, that's the real one. Now, there is like an illusory one that forms. Okay, so there are your tubes. This is like a trap to be ready for. They're the ones you're adding, and a new one forms out of the spaces between the other ones. Alright, so don't be surprised if you get confused. You know, like, obviously that's not a ring, but as soon as you put another ring there, it'll be like a virtual ring forms. That ring is just the gap between 2 rings. And the only hard part is the corners. So what you do, instead of making a 6 ring, make up a little 4 ring. Okay, and where you put a 6 ring on one side and a 4 ring on the other, and again you join it like the point pointing down there, and then to make the corner, well, you make 3 of these. Alright, well, hopefully by the magic of science, I skipped a big boring bit in the middle of there. I've got 2 squares joining. So for the corners, you put the hexagons together for the top of the corner, and the little squares together for the bottom of the corner. And there's the last one. You can see there's a square coming out one side there, and a hexagon coming out the other side there, and those go in 3 points of the squares go together, and the 3 points of the hexagons go together, and then that's your edge of the square. You just do that lots of times. Now, one thing to look out for is that there is a polarity, so if you put the hexagons around the wrong way, then yeah, there's 2 ways. You can put them with clockwise pointing out or clockwise pointing in, and they don't marry together very well. So you have to get the polarity the same for all of them. So it might take you a little bit of fiddling around before you get the idea of what that means, but it's pretty easy. Just keep in mind there's 2 ways to make it.